Dr. Shannon PT with another episode of Need to Know in 5. Today we are celebrating September National Yoga Month. Yay! As a mom, physical therapist, and kids yoga instructor, today I want to talk to you about the benefits of doing yoga and how yoga can be done pretty much anywhere. So, I'd like to first start off by saying that yoga has many therapeutic benefits to it. One of them being flexibility, relaxation, and helping to calm somebody. And so those are great things that both kids and adults can benefit from. I love yoga because it's a great way for me to spend time with my children. It's something that we can do together and we can do it anywhere. As you can see right now, I'm outside, which is a great place to do yoga. You can either have a mat, a towel, or you don't even need anything. You can just do yoga without using any of these props. Yoga can also be done maybe when you're sitting inside, watching TV, doing a couple stretches. It's also something that can be modified or adapted for anybody that has any limitations with their range of motion, or maybe as your kids head back to school, either being in school or even at home, yoga can be used as different ways to help with relaxing and stretching and getting out some of their wiggles when they've been sitting for a long time. Now some more details about all the great benefits of yoga. The first one being breathing. The breath and breathing is so important in our daily lives. It's what makes us alive. And one of the big studies that is coming out now a lot of days is the correlation of not getting enough oxygen to our brains and the subsequent risk of having poor health. And so this is a great example of how important it is to be taking deep breaths throughout the day so we're getting a lot of fresh oxygen to the brain. So one of the things that yoga works on a lot is trying to match our breathing. So for example, when we breathe or take an inhale, maybe for example, you're counting to 3, then you're holding your breath for 3 seconds, followed by an exhalation of 3 seconds. So things like this of patterned breathing is a great way to try to slow the body and the mind down and focus on getting that good, clean, fresh air to the lungs. The other thing that happens with this type of patterned, slowed down breathing is that studies show that it helps bring down the blood pressure, it helps to make people more calm and more relaxed, and overall put them in a much better mood. And so this is really important nowadays with all the stress and kind of the high anxiety environment that we're living in. This is a great way to just take a moment, maybe a minute or two, work on some of these deep breathing exercises to again get that good fresh clean oxygen into our lungs and up to our brain, but then also have the health benefits of making us feel just much more relaxed and happy. Some other benefits with the yoga include the flexibility and stretching that comes along with it. Flexibility is so important for our joints to be able to keep them nourished and hydrated. And this is one of the things that's really important, especially if you've been sitting for a long time. The joints tend to get kind of stiff and rigid feeling. Well, by doing some stretches, you're helping to bring in that natural joint fluid to help lubricate the joints and make them move better. Now I'm going to start off by showing you some of the positions that are really, really popular that can be modified to be done by both kids and adults. So, one of my favorite ones is doing a spinal twist, which is a great way to relieve pressure in the back, especially if you've been sitting for a long time. And so what we can do with this is just taking a deep breath in. And on the exhale, you're going to turn to the side and get a nice stretch along the back. And come to center and repeat. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, turn to the side. Now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about why the downward dog pose is so important for our health. In this series, I'm moving from a plank position into an upward facing dog, modified with my knees down for support, into a downward facing dog. In this downward facing dog position, it's a great opportunity for your body to be what's called in an inverted position with your hips being higher than your head. This allows the blood and the cerebrospinal fluid to make its way up into the brain and help hydrate one of the most important organs in our body. If you think about it during the day, oftentimes we're never in this position. So this is a great opportunity to not only get up and stretch and move around, but also to provide the
needed hydration and fluid up to our brains.
Thank you so much for watching. See you next time on another episode of Need to Know in 5.